You're not broken, you're waking up. Have you ever looked around at the world and thought, is it me or is all of this just off? You're not crazy for feeling disconnected. You're not weak for feeling overwhelmed. You're not broken. You're awake. There's a quiet rebellion happening inside people like you.
Neurodiversity, noun, is the concept that there is natural variation in the human brain that leads to differences in how we think and behave. It's short for neurological diversity. Neurodiversity. The term was first coined in the 1990s by a sociologist named Judy Singer, who argues that neurological differences, like autism, are just that, neurological differences. In other words, different brains work differently. Neurodiversity exists, just like diversity exists in ethnicity, gender, and sexual orientation. Those of us with ADHD, dyslexia, dyscalculia, dysgraphia, Tourette's, those who are neurotypical, and those who are autistic all have brains that are hardwired to work and learn differently. And even brains within each group are wired differently and have a spectrum of abilities. And while we can sometimes learn to mask those differences are still going to exist. And trying to pretend they don't, or being told that they shouldn't, often comes at a high cost to our sense of self and our mental and physical well-being, often putting our brain's operating system at higher risk for the mental health equivalent of malware, such as anxiety or depression.
People who are emotionally intelligent, spiritually curious, highly self-aware, and exhausted, not from laziness, but from pretending to fit into a system that was never designed for your depth. If you felt out of sync with modern life, like it's all noise, speed, and surface level success, this video is for you. Today, we're going deep into spiritual awakening, cognitive dissonance, digital burnout, and what it means to be authentically human in an AI-driven, performance-based world. Section 1, The Awakening, Why Modern Life Feels So Fake. Let's start with the tension most of us can't explain. You wake up tired, you perform, you smile, you scroll, and yet a part of you keeps whispering, there has to be more than this. Welcome to existential dissonance. It's what happens when your soul knows the truth, but the world demands your silence. You feel it when you sit in traffic for a job that drains you. You feel it in conversations that feel like acting. You feel it when joy is marketed, healing is monetized, and attention is currency. This isn't dysfunction. This is your deeper self refusing to align with artificial norms. Section 2, you're not lazy. You're spiritually burnt out. If you've ever thought, I have everything I'm supposed to want, but I still feel off, that's not a failure. That's friction. Burnout isn't always from overwork. Sometimes it's from underliving, from silencing your intuition, dulling your emotions, and pushing away your inner truth to survive in a world that rewards inauthenticity. We are collectively tired because we're collectively pretending. This isn't depression. This is disconnection, and it's sacred. Your soul isn't weak. It's resisting misalignment. Section 3, the post-truth problem, when nothing feels real anymore. Let's talk about the digital part of this. We live in a time where everything can be faked. Faces, voices, emotions, even memories. We are overstimulated but underconnected. The news is entertainment. Entertainment is propaganda. We've entered what philosophers call a post-truth era, where feelings often matter more than facts, and perception replaces reality. So when you feel like your grip on what's real is slipping, that's not weakness, it's awareness. You're sensing the distortion in the signal, and you're right to question it, because clarity is the first step toward freedom. Section 4, quick self-check. Let's pause. Think about this. When was the last time you did something that wasn't productive just because it felt true to you? Not because it made money, not because it gained likes, but because it aligned with your spirit? Our truth hides in the things we've stopped valuing. Real talk. When was the last time you did something real, something that fed your spirit with no goal in mind? Drop it in the comments. Just one thing that brings you peace, even if the world calls it useless. I'll go first. Mine is turning my phone on Do Not Disturb and dancing in my living room to old Afro beats until I forget what day it is. Now it's your turn. Section 5, sensitivity is not a weakness, it's wisdom. Here's something I wish more people knew. Being emotionally sensitive in this world isn't a flaw, it's a sign you're still human. Sensitivity is a superpower in a desensitized society. Neurodivergent minds, empaths, intuitives, they're not malfunctioning, they're perceiving, they're absorbing the noise most people have learned to ignore. That discomfort you feel, it's not drama, it's discernment. Your nervous system is picking up what your rational mind hasn't fully processed yet. Section 6, Identity in the Age of AI. Are we still real? Let's go deeper. In an age where AI can write poems, mimic your face, and replicate your voice, what does it mean to be you? Here's the trap. If our identity is based on how well we perform, how much we produce, or how perfect we appear, AI will outperform us. But if our identity is rooted in presence, intuition, love, storytelling, and lived experience, AI can never compete. Authenticity is no longer just a virtue, it's a form of rebellion. All right, let's play a game. I'm about to show you two statements. One was written by a human, the other AI generated. Can you tell which is which? No Googling, no rewinding, no pausing to analyze. Just trust your gut. Ready? A, I feel like I'm losing parts of myself just to keep up with life. B, human happiness is often determined by adaptive productivity and resource allocation. So, which one feels real? A or B? Drop your pick in the comments and tell me why. I'll reveal the answer toward the end of the video, or you can fight with strangers in the comments first. Section 7, Break the Illusion. Real life isn't a performance. Modern life has convinced us that we're the problem, too tired, too emotional, too unfocused, too much. But maybe the world is sick and you're just responding honestly. The philosopher Krishnamurti once said, "It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society." Read that again. Maybe your resistance is a sign of life. All right, moment of truth. Which one did you choose, A or B? If you picked A, I feel like I'm losing parts of myself just to keep up with life. That was the human. And if you guessed B, human happiness is often determined by adaptive productivity and resource allocation. Yep, that one was AI generated. Interesting, right? The human quote hits like a quiet confession. The AI one, it's polished but detached. And this is why emotional intelligence matters more than ever. We are entering a world where synthetic voices can sound real, but only real connection can be felt. So if this made you think, drop a comment, let's talk about it. And if you felt it, you're not broken, you're just awake. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're building a mind and soul that can't be easily automated. Stay sharp, stay soulful. Section 8, you're not alone. If any part of this video made you exhale, if you felt seen or understood, drop A or in the comments so others know they're not alone either. Let's not just consume content, let's build community. This is the 2 a.m. code. It's the whisper that keeps you up at night asking deeper questions. It's the fire in your chest that refuses to settle. It's the part of you that's done pretending. You were never meant to conform. You were meant to awaken. So if this spoke to you, subscribe, comment below, and tell me what part of this hit different. And share this video with someone else who might be secretly awakening too. Because the truth is this, you're not too sensitive. You're just still real. And that might be your greatest gift.